Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Wednesday. This is an emergency update for our micro time frames, with Bitcoin finding support at 36,500, exactly as we've been predicting here on the Snipers channel. And now we're above 38,000 US dollars, which is the most important level for Bitcoin right now. But I have a lot to talk about today, with our 4-hour candle closing with a bearish tail so far above 38,000. Notice the candle high here at 39,250, just $15 shy of the candle high from February 1st. Why is that important? Well, February 1st is where we first came back above 38,000 after breaking below it. And then because we saw strength here after that candle high, we want to start monitoring this exact area at 39,265 US dollars, because it's not a coincidence that Bitcoin has yet to breach this high. I'm going to talk about why we haven't yet breached this high, because there are some puzzle pieces in the 4-dimensional revolving parts of the market that are not necessarily in the favor of Bitcoin right now. And so remember to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, Snipers, if you support this content in the 4-dimensional analysis. Let's just dive straight into the TA. Not only on the 4-hour do we have a bearish candle here, the only two 4-hour candles that have closed above 38,000 so far, but even on the 3-hour chart, we haven't seen any decisive bullish candles. So the main topic today is the fact that we've yet to see a decisive break above 38,000, where we know 38,000 is the most important level for Bitcoin right now. That's exactly what we need, a decisive break above. And the only way that I think we can justify that is to breach this previous consolidation candle high at 39,265. So that's going to be the first confirmation that we're going to be seeing further upside for Bitcoin breaking above 39,265. If we're not able to break above it, the likelihood that we come back below 38,000 is extremely high and on the table. And I just want to bring this up right off the bat. On-chain analytics right now are showing more Bitcoin and Ethereum entering exchanges, while we are seeing USDT leave exchanges. And so that's not a positive thing, because when USDT is leaving exchanges, that's the fuel that we need if we want to see higher prices. And then when we see Bitcoin and Ethereum entering exchanges, that could cause more sell-off. And so the revolving parts of the market are extremely interesting, to say the least. I'm going to talk about that in just a second, but just realize that right now, as we always do here on the Snipers channel, youtube.com/snipers, I give you guys the exact prices for the earliest confirmations of direction. And right now, 39,265 is going to be that first level that we could confirm some upside for Bitcoin and assume that we potentially have a higher low that's formed. But I personally am in the bias that we have yet to see this higher low form. We have yet to really get strong volume here. And so I don't know if 36,500 was that final destination, but of course it's acting as support because it's a major level. That's why I've been talking about 36,500 here as a major level. And so if we breach back below 38,000, I do want to say this: the earliest confirmation is 38,000, that we're potentially going to be seeing prices back below 34,788. Why is that going to be the case? Well, realize this: if we look at the market structure and schematics, which are one of the most important aspects of technical analysis, so far the Bitcoin price has tested this macro channel support, which is this blue line. It's not a spider line. I think somebody in our comments said, is that a spider line? But we've already tested it once, but we've yet to come and have that second test. But realize this: if we look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, market structure, we actually already came and tested this market structural support for a second time. And so if we were to just assume that Bitcoin were to follow the total market cap, then we would assume that we'd see price back below 34,788 for a second test of this level, which I think is more probable, being the fact that we're not above 39,265 just yet. So another big puzzle piece that we have to realize is important right now is the price action we're seeing in traditional markets. The S&P 500 has yet to form a decisive higher low, and we're actually seeing individual stocks like ARK Innovation ETF form further lows from the recent consolidation. And so these are all bearish puzzle pieces. I always address the bears and the bulls on this channel, and this is something that we have to keep in mind right now, because if we're seeing weakness in these revolving parts, it can certainly affect the cryptocurrency market. I'm only going to bring up Japan when it comes to international markets today, because this is the largest international market. You can see we've yet to see a decisive higher low form. And so that's also a puzzle piece, that we've yet to get that higher low, because The same way Bitcoin came down below 34,788, came back above to test 44,800, and has so far been downtrending like these other markets. What we're waiting for is to see, are we going to be seeing this higher low form, or are we just seeing the trick, trap, and frustrate crew slow down time before breaking this low to see further downside, where we could either see a lower low form or we could see another transition into a lower area of price action. And that's all going to affect the Bitcoin price, which is why the 4-dimensional revolving parts are so important right now. So this is a quick update, but I do want to bring up the fact that the Ethereum to US dollar price has fully lost its previous weekly open at 28.70, currently sitting at 27.23. And so that is not a positive puzzle piece. And with Bitcoin, we've also completely lost the previous weekly open here, just above the $41,950 level. So at this point, if we can get above 39,265, invalidate this recent consolidation high, that can give Bitcoin some fuel to potentially come and test 41,950. I think the main point of the price action that we're seeing right now with an indecision daily candle so far, but this is yet to close here. It will close in the next 6 hours. We want to find some decisive support at 38,000, which we've yet to do so on not just the micro time frames, but of course the macro time frames. Everything morphs from the smaller time frames to the larger time frames. So first we'll see it on the hourly, then we'll see it on the 3 hour, and then it'll morph into the 6 hour, and finally it can morph into the daily chart. And so far, even on the hourly chart, we have yet to see decisive candles above 38,000. So this is to note, and that puts the likelihood that Bitcoin can break back below 38,000 on the table. And like I said, if we break below 38,000 once more, because the total market cap did come and test that market structural support below 34,788, I think that certainly can be on the table for Bitcoin. So as I mentioned yesterday, there's 3 parts of the market that you have to keep in mind: that you're either a long-term investor, a swing trader, or a day trader. And when you're day trading, if you're shorting in times that we're seeing prolonged downside, you have to be in and out of those positions very fast. Shorting is not like going long. When you're shorting the market, there's unlimited downside, right? When you're going long, there's a limited amount of downside because an asset can only go down to 0, but it can go up as far as it wants. And when you're betting against an asset, you have unlimited downside. And so for those that are day trading on our Discord, for example, I know we're sending short positions to take advantage of the short-term volatility. Remember, those are quick positions. When it comes to swing trading, when we see a sideways market, I do want to bring this up here on the chart now that I'm on the computer, because I actually fly out of Poland tomorrow and I might not have the chance to be on the computer. We'll have another phone update, but if there's something important on the charts, I will get on the computer. But when we see sideways price action, what you want to do when you're a swing trader is, because we're not seeing continued upside, right? We're not seeing a bullish cycle, an exuberant upside move. We want to take advantage of those times where we see those candles like what happened here on the 21st of January, where we came down 10%, all the way down below 34,000. These are the times to be entering those swing trading positions where you take advantage of the upside from the immediate short-term sideways price action. And that was a 37% move to the upside. Start taking profits at these important levels, and now you have all of this free Bitcoin. And then you take your initial capital out, and then you do the same exact thing for the second retest, for example. If we get back below 34,000, we can enter more swing trades. And so the difference here with swing trading is you take profits earlier when we're seeing sideways price action and we're not in price discovery seeing exuberant upside, right? And then when it comes to investing for the long term, obviously it's not a bad idea to be investing into Bitcoin when we're sitting at the 100-week moving average. We're down about 50%. There's a 50% discount from the highest price that somebody was willing to pay for this asset. And then if we look at the daily moving averages, we always know sitting at the 100-week, these are great places to be dollar cost averaging positions. And in the worst case scenario, during a capitulation, during max fear, if the whole world were to go to war, not just Ukraine and Russia, the 200-week moving average is typically the best place to be dollar cost averaging positions, because that's usually the most amount of downside an asset could really see before it gets back to reality. And the reason I say that is you can look at history for any asset. That 200-week moving average has always been a great place to be dollar cost averaging positions. And so there's certainly a lot of opportunity in this market right now. And with Bitcoin not showing decisive candles above 38,000 US dollars, That's what we're going to be waiting for here on the Snipers channel. By the way, remember to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. I'm going to wrap up this quick update and have some dinner. I'm going to be leaving Poland tomorrow, so I might have an update at the airport. If I'm a little bit off on time, please bear that in mind. And with that, thank you all for tuning in to the Snipers channel today to round up what we've covered. 38,000 is the major level right now. We've yet to get a decisive break, being the fact that we've yet to breach 39,265 and the S&P 500 has yet to really confirm a higher low. All of these puzzle pieces tell me that we're not necessarily seeing a bullish break of 38,000 just yet. And so that's going to be the first thing we're looking for with the bulls. Getting above 39,265 would be extremely positive for Bitcoin right now. And then, of course, seeing some nice candle symmetry and maybe some of the revolving parts come back into the favor of Bitcoin. That's what we're looking for. But if we breach back below 38,000, realize that the likelihood that we come and test this level here below 34,788 becomes highly likely. And from there, we'll reassess the situation to see what's happened, whether the S&P 500 has breached its previous consolidation lows to form maybe a lower low, or if we see an all-out capitulation, that could all come on the table later. But for now, I think it's important to note that below 38,000, we could potentially come back towards 34,788, and we've yet to really get a decisive break of 38,000. But let's just put this last statement out there, and I'll wrap up this video for the bulls. The range that we're playing in right now, because we're above 38,000, has a support of 38,000 and a resistance of 41,950. So we're certainly in the lower part of this range. There's a potential we could come up to 41,950. I think that other revolving parts need to come into favor of Bitcoin at this point for this to happen. So let's continue to monitor the price. And I hope you enjoyed today's update. I appreciate each and every one of you snipers tuned into the channel. I couldn't do this without you. Smash the like button. Let's break the YouTube algorithm. Hit 100,000 snipers on the Snipers channel, youtube.com/snipers. Thank you all for tuning in today, and I'll see you guys next time. Snipers out.